How well is the industry ensuring that women have equal opportunities for promotion to senior roles? What real actions have you seen that are making a difference? Claire is kicking us off. Thank you, Claire. Those companies that provide equal parental leave, allow flexible working, and ensure equal pay. Critical point there about parental leave, flexible working, and ensure equal pay. It's funny because after doing the podcast, there is a lovely friend of mine called Flora Nicholson, who I recommend you all following on LinkedIn, who tagged me in a post of a friend of hers who came back from maternity and was basically bullied out of the role. And she shared in that post some stats around how common that is. So it's a really interesting topic. Alan says, I think the best way to sum this up is like my old biology teacher said in my school report: shows potential but must do more work to progress. You now we're conjuring up images of a young Alan in biology. Now, did you live up to that potential, Alan? But you make a great point. So there is potential, but must do more work to progress for our industry in ensuring that women have equal opportunities for promotion to senior roles. What have your experiences been when you think about the company you're at now, or the company you were at, any of the companies you were at previously? How did they do when you think about this question? Spencer, the industry's making strides with mentorship, unconscious bias training, great point, and leadership development, pushing more women into senior roles. Initiatives like flexible work, paid family leave, and women's leadership networks are driving real change. Women's leadership networks like Women in CX absolutely are. It's just grammar, but it's powerful, isn't it? I'm not sure pushing is the right phrase, Spencer. I think it's got to be about, surely it's got to be about removing barriers, right? But I take your point. I don't think that's what you mean. Mentorship, unconscious bias training, I love. Thank you, Spencer. Kerry says, those who are open to hiring in a different way. What a great point coming from the recruitment angle, recruitment expert, Kerry Sudale. So those who are open to hiring in a different way. If you have the same referrals in the same industry, you will always hire the same type of people and thus progress the same type of people. So true. Kerry says you find there are a higher degree of women in leadership roles in different sectors. Fashion, for example, higher population of women in leadership, less so in insurance. Yes, by vertical is interesting, isn't it? When you think about contact centers, we cover them all. So we are a good yardstick, if you like, of how we are doing. Danny, thank you for joining us from holiday. That is commitment, Danny. I'm afraid you didn't win a t-shirt, but I feel inclined to send you one. Danny says, agree with Kerry. If you're still hiring in the same way as we did in the 90s, then we'll still have the same type of disparities that we had in the 90s. Very true. Alan Donaghy, I learned most about the industry from two ladies who were deeply knowledgeable in terms of metrics, but also amazingly intuitive about people. I've tried to emulate them throughout the last 10 years, and I'm deeply appreciative that they are both able to be a sounding board for me at times. That is so cool, Alan. Tracy Newton says, I have also had the pleasure of working over the past 30 years with strong female leaders, but we have such a long way to go. It is great to see companies like NICE, Verin, and Genesis launch mentorship and leadership initiatives to help women move into senior roles. What a great example. Tracy, thank you for sharing that, because I didn't know that they were doing that. And those are the real actions, aren't they? What real actions have you seen that are making a difference? Peter is here. Now, just very quickly, side note, Pete Dunne is an absolute expert and workaholic, and a lovely, lovely human being, and is looking for a new role. Think of anything: operations, QA, WFM, sales, marketing, any type of leadership role, being the public face of your company. Pete is the man. Looking for a new role, you have to check him out. And if you know of anyone looking, please do point him in the right direction. However, let's look at his comment. Pete Dunn, from my own view, in brackets non-scientific, I think the contact center industry is more equitable than many others I've seen being a part of over the years. I've certainly had a lot of female managers and mentors. Still, definitely lots more to be done on more diverse C suites, though. Is this the final sort of barrier? Please do check out the podcast on Friday. Claire is going. You will learn something, guaranteed, and you'll also learn what an amazing human being Claire is. If you don't already know that, these are great. A great example from the UK is Alison Rose, the CEO of NatWest Group. She became the first woman to lead a major UK bank, and under her leadership, NatWest has made significant strides in promoting gender equality. Rose has championed initiatives to increase diversity at senior levels, such as setting specific targets for women in leadership positions and creating leadership programs designed to support women's career progression. I love that. And I didn't know that. So thank you, Spencer. Perry. Hi, Perry. How you doing? How's the running going? I think the advancement in the WFM tools have helped. Oh, this is interesting. Seen a great example at LBS on the whole ED and I piece, as the more flexible scheduling gives more opportunities in the industry for everyone, no matter of your personal circumstances. Gone are the set shifts. So important. James Connors of Quitcell, awesome human being, great company. Okay, good to see you. Maybe not a direct answer, but I'm always impressed with the women in the industry that hold senior positions, making a conscious effort to bring through more talented women, which we'll all see the benefit of in the future. So true. 100, I love you to death. Pete Dunn, the broken run. This is from Claire Muscat. Talking to Pete, the broken rung in CX, women taking the first step on the management ladder, in brackets, is triple that of the mainstream. 70% of the frontline workforce are women, but only 37% make it into management. And that is staggering. C says, let's be honest, without women, not only would customer experience fall apart, but literally no one would even be here to complain about it. That's very true. You can't leave it to us men. I mean, come on. I think we can be honest about ourselves, right, men? We're not the greatest. We're really not. Although some of us think we are. What wonderful insights you have shared. And I think the headline is still a lot of work to do. And let's not forget that we are seeing major companies rolling back their DEI programs, initiatives, vocabulary. Now is not the time to think we are progressing to a wonderful place that we all want to get to. We've got to work. We've got to fight. We have to stand up, and we organizations and everything that goes with women in CX is exactly the type of thing that we should be getting behind. You don't have to be a woman to be involved in women in CX. There's you can sign up on the website to get their newsletter and educate yourself. The podcast will hopefully inform you on how to be a better ally and to give you the real lay of the land, because we've got work to do, and we will all benefit from more women in senior positions. This is a great way for us to celebrate International Women's Day by taking some action. I can't think of anything better, or a better person, or a better organization to get behind than Women in CX. And if you want to, this week is a good week to sponsor me, to donate to ActionAid. You may have noticed that I've been keeping it on the DL, but just to let you know, I'm running the London Marathon.